Good.
I just I'm a law-abiding citizen, right?
Yeah.
So I'll keep the peace.
So
Are you saying? Are you? I'm sorry, man.
No, go ahead. No, you good.
Are you saying you wouldn't walk up to certain people and just give them a invisible smack in the face and just walk off?
Well, that
What?
I got people in mind now.
But your biggest what would be the reason to have that superpower? Your biggest one.
Change the future for the world, I guess, at some point in time, because again, like I said, this is not going to be a fun one like our brother Chuck here.
But I think that if we were to join forces.
Oh, here we go. But you haven't heard mine yet. Well, you gotta wait.
No. So far. Wait, so far, I think we're onto something. Now, Manny, what's yours?
What's going on, family? What's going on? This is
Yo,
the United
yo.
Podcast Show.
Yo.
Welcome back to another episode. This is your host, Manny Fresh. I'm so excited to get the show popping.
Let's go, Manny.
Episode 13. It's going to be fire. It's going to be a lighthearted episode. Very, very fun. Let me, first of all, introduce my brothers. First of all, I got Mr. Sanda from Africa in the house. Talk to the people, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Manny. It's been a while since we had a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. Believe it. It's going to be fun. Let's go. Let's get it back. Let's go. Let's go.
Good. Sounds good, brother. Thank you. Always got the energy, right? I love it. My brother from the West Coast. I don't got to say anything. Take it. He always takes it anyway, but go ahead.
Yo, man. Did you say episode 13?
13,
Good
brother.
Lord. Thank you, man. I'm excited. Let's get this rolling.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, Chuck. All right. Last but not least, my brother Eddie O. Eddie, talk to the people, man. What's going on?
Yo, Manny, thank you so much, man. I'm very excited. We just want to have fun tonight, man. We're ready to kick this off. Remember, 13.
Yes,
We're ready to kick it. Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it.
Yes, sir.
I love the
Yes,
energy.
Yeah.
13 or 13 en français. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Yo,
I
yo.
love it.
go.
International.
No matter how you say it, it's
A
13.
dangerous brother right there. So smooth. He's so dangerous. All right, family.
What's up? That's
Today
what's up.
Yeah, man. Today we're going to talk about if you had a superpower, what would it be? And then I want everyone to tell me why they chose that superpower, okay? So I'm going to let it sit marinate, let it sit in your mind for a little bit, you know? I know it's not an easy one, but it's a fun one. So I'm not going to address anyone. I want the person who wants to go first, let me know that they want to go first, because I'm so curious myself. I know what I have in mind, but I want to know who's gonna go out, who's gonna step up. Come on,
man. You know me. I'm
Can we nominate? Can we nominate? Because I'm going to say Chuck is ready.
Okay, listen.
Chuck is ready.
Chuck is ready.
Crazy,
Chuck-
man.
Let's go,
It's like-
Chuck.
You're
Let's
united.
go.
Go ahead.
Yo, go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
When we first talked about this, this was the only thing that kind of like stuck out. And man, my superpower would be I would just be invisible. I mean, because I like to just move around so stealth like, man. I tell you, if I could just turn invisible, and man, I would definitely have way too much fun with it.
Right. What would be something that you would do right off the bat, right? Right off the bat, something that you've been wanting to do, obviously. You don't have to share your darkest wishes, but
But would you
What
walk
would you
naked?
do?
Would you walk naked, invisible?
I would. That
Oh,
would probably
Lord.
be one of the first things.
okay.
So wait, let me ask you a question.
Who would see?
So are you invisible, or is you and your clothes invisible? Do you have to be invisible? So do you have to have no clothes on to be invisible, or anything that you wear would be invisible with you?
I'm totally invisible. Everything that I touch, wear, just is invisible.
Okay.
Right.
So
But
what would you do?
Thank you for that vision. Woo! That could be a whole different
Yes,
strength
sir.
right there, boy.
Yeah. So what would you do, Chuck? What would you?
Man, first of all, man, just like I said, I'd go where all the pretty ladies are and just kind of, walk through a room and, smell perfume just to have fun, man. Just I'm a man. You know what I mean?
Right. So your curiosity of the opposite sex is obviously one thing that most heterosexual men are attracted to. So that'll be your initial kind of attraction. Any particular situation you would get yourself into? Or?
Nah, I won't get into that, but I'll tell you, I won't
So
do it.
how would you use that power? Like, would you let's say, would you do something like let's say that you break the law, right? And then you become invisible?
Nah, first of all, I wouldn't use it for breaking the law part. I mean, I have to stress that right now because, I just, I'm a law-abiding citizen, right? So I'll keep the peace.
So what
are you saying? Sorry, man.
No, go ahead. No, you're good.
Are you saying you wouldn't walk up to certain people and just give them a invisible smack in the face and just walk off?
Well,
What?
I got people in mind now.
Whoa! Don't say no names.
Let me add to that. Now, obviously, so you're gonna be invisible so they can't see you. But if you were to say something right before you smack him, would you disguise your voice or would you sound like Chuck?
Yourself.
Like, man, this is for you.
I would definitely say something, but I would disguise my voice because I want them to hear something before it.
So can we hear something?
Let's hear that voice. I want to hear that voice.
What would it be like? Now you got us interested because you chose a nice superpower, Chuck. It's a lot of we got 1,000 questions, but the show is only so long. But you got to entertain us. What would that voice sound like if you were to tell, you want to slap someone, but you got to tell them, like, look, you must, whatever it is, tell me.
I would get close up and personal and whisper in their ear and be like, "Take this, mother," and then come from my ankle.
Right. But that's your regular voice, though. Damn, you're gonna break a neck. Woo! Trying to hurt somebody, Chuck. All right, cool.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Anything else that you would do with a superpower, Chuck?
Yeah, man, I would. I'd sneak up on family, just not let them know I was coming, and just kind of, knock on the door. Walk
but you
in.
do that now, don't you?
But Chuck, that'll be scary, right? If they see there's a knock at the door and they open the door, there's nobody there.
Maybe they chase
you might spook the crap out of them.
Right.
It's me, Chuck. Oh Lord.
So let me get this
I'm
right.
hearing voices.
So far, we got the women's locker room, sneaking up in a family member's house, and then slapping people. That's really why you want a superpower, Chuck?
No, man. I said it'd be all for fun, man. Just all
I know.
fun.
I'm busting your chops. But what is something that like you will use it for to benefit besides yourself to help? Like if that's your aim, is there something that you would like? Have you thought about having that superpower? That's a responsibility, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So what would like in Spider-Man, right? I always tell my son, great power, great responsibility. So if you have that fortune of having the whereabouts to become invisible, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. Stop
right? So
crying.
Okay, there we go.
Help stop crying.
Okay.
I mean, basically, that would probably be a big one because you see small things happen every day. You can't.
Right.
I mean, you have to like fight your battles. And go, hey, you got to let that one go. Let it work itself out.
Okay.
But if you see something that like someone pulls a gun about to shoot them, of course you run. You like take the gun out their hand.
Gotcha.
Slap them.
Can I jump in real quick? Can I jump in?
Of course.
So Chuck, you're walking by, right? And then you see a Karen situation developing right in front of you.
Oh, who?
A Karen. You don't know Karen? Okay, so it's
racism.
Yeah, it's just racism.
Okay.
Who's trying to use her? Yeah.
You see a person being berated, being attacked. For example, somebody's being questioned if you live here or not. Show us your credential, and you just happen to pass by. What would you do? Now, I think I know what you're gonna do with slapping that person. Would you say mind your business? Smack.
Smack.
I would probably say mind your business. First of all, it's probably gonna spook the crap out of them, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that alone would probably make them move on, just not knowing where they came from.
Now hold on. Now it's also gonna scare the black person too. You know how
he's gonna be laughing though.
You know how black people get when they hear voices. Mm-hmm.
But if you're being defended, then it's a different story. It's like, God, sweet Jesus,
I mean,
finally,
and things like that, just
smack him again.
Right, exactly. All right, Chuck. So before I let you go and move on to the next brother on the panel, do you have a name in mind that you will give yourself?
Nah, I didn't.
Nothing?
Nah. No names.
No? All right, you can always come back.
Just if I'm invisible, what do you need to know my name for?
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
That's true. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hilarious.
All right, so let's keep it moving. That was good, Chuck. Good input. It definitely made us all think. Let's keep moving. Let's go to my brother Ray. What would be your superpower?
Well, I don't think it's going to be as fun as Chuck's, but mine would be if I could predict the future. Right. First would be predict the future for myself and family, and just making sure that if I could take advantage of that and make sure my financials are straight. Mm-hmm. However you guys want to take it, if I know the lottery number, all that good stuff, probably will use that. No, but mostly around making sure that I'm straight, everybody's straight, right?
Okay.
And then second would be just if there's anything that's going to be that's going to come to harm, just be able to, I don't want to do that, or you shouldn't do that. Now, if we follow the same format as to how would I use it to other people, if I know if there's a certain person that
I heard the African there. I heard it.
What do you mean?
I love it.
If there is, like, let's say there's something that I know that's going to happen to, and I don't want to stop it, I'll just be like, okay, I won't try and change that particular future, right? So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's the first thing that came to me.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question though. Would you like to know the day you're gonna die?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, some point, because then I could, then you could plan a little bit better, right? So,
okay.
I still wouldn't want to know that, because then you're focusing on it.
Yes and no, right? So if so for example, if it's a project, right? So I'll use the term, I'll cross that bridge when the time comes. How about that?
Gotcha.
Yeah, right. And that's the topic in itself, right? That question. It's deep. No, I hear you. Sounds good, man. Yeah. All right. But your biggest what would be the reason to have that superpower? Your biggest one?
Change the future for the world, I guess, at some point in time, because again, like I said, this is not going to be a fun one like our brother Chuck here. But let's say we could change how the timeline of certain events in the world, right? Where, I'll go back to, let's say, the things that have been happening in Africa, the hunger, the wars, everything else, even some of the folks that were in power. If we could change that, right, make that a little bit more, more beneficial to its people, do that, right? Now, could we avoid World War I, World War II, all these wars? I mean, that's just predicting the future. Now, you'd have to be able to also change and convince and change people's mind. So that's a different type of
persuasive power. Yeah.
So
that's a great point.
That is a great point. So he is a brother that has the power to predict the future, and he's sincerely speaking about being able to get into people's minds to change the world. Talk about being unselfish. Not that we're judging, but everybody has their own agendas, but this guy's leaning. He can speak for 20, 30 minutes on a topic, but he's talking about helping change the world. That's touching, Brother Ray. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
But, and his financial, if you do the lottery numbers, but I'm just saying.
I'll
That'd
So I'll
be
be
one
like this.
person be like, Ray. I'd be like, Ray, what's those numbers, man?
Exactly.
I need
Yeah.
I'll be like, if you want to win 500, okay, you could hit those numbers. But if you want to wait and hit the big one,
That's
That's
what I
how-
want to hear.
that's how I'll do it.
That's what I want to hear.
I love it.
That's what I want to hear.
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna
beautiful.
wait. I'm gonna wait.
That's it. Be patient, man. Now let's keep it going, brother
That's
Eddie O. What do you got to say, man? What would be your superpower? I know this guy is loaded.
I'm waiting on this one.
Let's
Oh,
go.
man.
Let's go.
Well, let me say, before I say my superpower, I'm gonna need both of y'all for what I want to do, or for the superpower, because I would need that invisibility. I would definitely predict the future. I would want to time travel, right, to different time zones, right? And traveling in different time zones, that means that I would know what's about to happen before it happens. So it's almost like predicting the future, but not predicting the future, but going to different time zones to maybe help change the future in a positive way, right? Like even what's going on right now, right? Like with this COVID, right? If we knew this was coming, then we would have the power to kind of help change this result where we're in right now, right?
So that
Yep.
means that you will go to the epicenter of where it started, tell that person not to.
Don't
Good
eat
point.
that squirrel. Don't eat that squirrel.
Don't eat the squirrel. Don't eat the squirrel.
Come on, man. That's not right. That's disinformation. It wasn't a
The
damn
wet
squirrel.
market, wet
Yeah,
market.
there you go.
Oh, that's a good point. But like
No
you
mating with
said, Ray,
raccoons.
I would have to use the power in a way where I would have to show people that I kind of have this power so they can believe in that I have this power and trust that what I'm saying is going to help to change the world in a more positive way, right? I can't just pop into
Wow. So, all right, Eddie, I got a great question for you. So check this out.
All right.
Between you and I, right? I'm the one that could predict the future, but you also have that, but you could also go back, right? Because you could travel the time zone, right? Previously, I said, I could predict the future, but I may not always be able to persuade the person or change it. But with you, if you could go back, right? Would you do it? And would that make you more accountable?
As you're asking me that question, I think that there's certain things in history that I don't think people would want to change no matter what, because it's what they wanted to happen. I don't know how far back. Now this is deep, right? Because I'm thinking as I'm saying that I would want to go back to different. How far back do I go? Do I go back
Slavery.
Jesus time? Do I go back prehistoric times? Do I go back? Where do I go and for what and when? Right. So that's the question. Like I don't know where I would be as helpful or the best. I don't know if it'll be local kind of time traveling where I can help individual families, or if it would be historical time travel where I can help the world, right? In this case, I would say, let's say COVID, right? COVID, and I think certain people knew, but they just kept going. But I have to have people believe in what I'm saying so they can follow me. Chances are I might even be a president with that kind of superpower, because they'll be like, we want him.
I'm dying. I'm dying to add
Everything he
this.
says,
Everything
he says is happening. So I have to like kind of build that trust if I really want to make some true changes. But yeah, man. I mean,
can we stick on COVID? Right? Can we stick on COVID?
Yeah,
all right.
Go.
So now you and I collaborated. I'm telling you, this is going to happen, right? Eddie, why don't you just go back in time, right? And make that change. Now you have the ability to try and have a conversation with that person, or you have our friend Chuck at your disposal.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I need Chuck. I need Chuck.
Come from the ankle, huh?
Exactly.
And be like, that's not going to work. That's a pretty good. Yeah, think about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, I would definitely use it for all positive.
Yep.
I would definitely not use it for any negative, because I wouldn't want things to get worse. I mean, things are kind of bad right now, right? The way people treat each other, racism. I would definitely try to change, that type of thinking of making one race, supreme and other people not, as equal. I would definitely try to do that, but I have to do certain things in order for people to believe me. And I said that like 3 times because I'm thinking just because I have this power doesn't mean that people are going to be like, well, he said this, right? I mean, you've had people like Nostradamus, right? Who's predicted some type of future, and not for nothing, but I mean, the dude was onto something. I don't know what that deal is, but but I guess I can have fun with that too, right?
So let me ask you this.
I can have fun with that too. Let's say I'm on a date. I'm on a date.
Oh, stop that question.
Go.
So let me
Go.
stop that question.
Go. Yeah.
So
Go.
if because you have this power to time travel, what year, if you had to pick a year when you were younger to go back because you were having so much fun, would you do it?
Yeah, I would definitely have fun with that. I would go back probably every year. Or maybe 1 year to take care of the next years. But I wouldn't change much of who I am.
Did you go back to change the present you never got? I wanted another bike, not this one.
Not this one. Think about it, right? I mean, again, in order for this power to work, I have to kind of convince people that what I'm saying is going to be worth it in the future, right? It's almost like, what's that movie? Like George McFly, what was it? Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yo, Back to the Future, right? Think about it. So if you make certain changes,
Great
certain
movie,
moves,
by the way.
right? Like even your parents marrying or not marrying, or certain things that happened in the past that might have changed people's characters. Think about it. A lot of people are formed the way they are because of what they lived. I don't know if I would change so many things though. I don't know. Maybe
Deep.
maybe I would help people who are depressed, right? I would definitely put some time into a lot of humanity. Yeah. People who are depressed, why are they depressed? And change those type of things, right? Maybe you could change the way they live their lives so they won't have to be like that today. But I don't know. I kind of want to have more fun with that than change a lot of these serious moments. But but whatever way I'm going to be using a positive light, or use that superpower in a positive light, that's what I really want to do. That's where I would really want to But I think that if we were to join forces.
Oh, here we go. But you haven't heard mine yet. Well, you gotta wait.
No. So far. Wait, so far, I think we're onto something. Now, Manny, what's yours?
Oh man. So let me just recap real quick. So Brother Chuck says that he will be invisible and he will be smacking people all around.
Wait. Ankles. You got to say ankles.
Got to come from the ankles.
Because
everybody has to get the ankle. I think sometimes you don't.
If you're gonna get smacked, might as well get smacked. You're gonna get smacked from the ankle, dude.
That's like a knockdown, but it's all good.
It's even the title, ankle deep smack. Ankle deep smack.
Then we
ADS. You get an ankle deep smack. There you go. Sometimes people deserve that smack.
Yeah. Then we went to Brother Ray, and he spoke about predicting the future. That is powerful right there.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's
and then you're not right. You're right behind them, man. Time travel, dude. You're crazy. That's amazing, man. Everybody's picked great choices. I had a little time to think about this. When I was 5, I probably would say flying. I've always loved, I admire eagles and those birds and how graceful they are up there, and how they see things from up there, right? And we get caught up in our mind, in our worlds with the minor stuff, with the nonsense, right? A lot of the times, and we make it such a big deal. But that's what I would have chose if I was 5 years old or 10, whatever. But as far as right now in today's times, I want to say that I probably want to have the superpower to be able to heal anyone from what they're going through. I know it's not as exciting as my other brothers, but I don't know if it's because of the times we're living in right now, but not to put a sour note on the whole topic, but a million people dead in the world, man. That's crazy. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
So I probably would have jumped obviously in front of all of that and saved everyone, or as many people as I could. And then going forward, right? People that get sick, that have like the terminal illnesses throughout the world, right?
That's right.
I can just that to me, like giving. I never forget this guy I met in life. He says, Manny, you can only take with you what you give away, right? Before you die, you can only take with you what you give away. So by me giving and healing, that only makes me better and happier, at peace, right? So yeah, man. But that would be my superpower, just healing.
And you give love, you get love.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All the kids.
Yeah, man. So I mean, just Eddie, that tops it off, man. Everybody has a superpower, like you said, and we were all united with superpowers. Woo, fire, right?
But
So let's keep it moving.
it's
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
amazing how when we go through, right? And this is the flow that Eddie was putting together. And now that we finally know what your superpower is, so all as one unit, right? We have the enforcer, our visible brother right there.
You're the enforcer.
The
You know what I'm
enforcer.
saying?
Yeah.
We have the predictor, right?
Right.
But we have the time traveler, and then we have the healer, right?
Wow.
That'd be one hell of a man.
Sounds like a movie, man.
Going to Vegas trip, man.
But you know what's funny? You see something common on the screen, right? You see our smile because deep down, right, we're like kids at heart. And for us to be able to have that imagination, we can only, and it's for good, obviously. But we're all in tune with how much good we could do in the world, right?
Yeah.
And for the folks that don't have these superpowers, a phone call,
Yeah.
help a neighbor out, make yourself available, teach a kid, help somebody, with any kind of issues at home.
That's the
Those
biggest
are superpowers.
That's
And then-
superpowers, yeah.
That is a superpower. That
Yeah.
is.
And then you know
It's
what
a
I think.
superpower.
I think, we should also do the same thing, or ask our viewers to kind of just just do the same thing. Just have fun with it. Just imagine, especially in this time. Just imagine,
Exactly.
just you and your friend, within friends or family, just have this conversation and see exactly
Perfect.
what comes out of the conversation. Right?
That's great, right?
And maybe it could lead into something, but
Into something.
and it would be good to hear from our viewers as well. Like, put your comments in there and just let us know what superpowers you would have, and what you would do with it, right?
And Ray, that's awesome, man. I want to say something. So I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Inception, and there's a part where they say the biggest, the most powerful thing in this world is when you have a thought in your mind, when you have an idea about something, and because that's where it manifests, right? Right now we're talking. If I come up with an idea, so that can originate from that, right? Ray, to your point, if you're with your family, friends, and you guys are just doing this for fun, and you come up with something that can help people, right? And the whole gist of it was basically that once somebody plants an idea, or an idea is planted in your mind,
Yep.
it's unstoppable, man.
But please,
Very powerful.
you can't go lower than the ankle if you can't get lower than that.
Well,
If you go
Sorry,
on
Eddie.
the ankle, you coming right back. Yo,
All right, man. Look.
Sorry, Eddie.
that's a whole windmill. Now, if you talk
Listen,
about
guys.
a windmill, you coming back from the back of the side of your face all the way around.
Oh,
You know what? But right now, what I want to do is I want to take this moment, and if you would allow me, Manny, because I know you
of
rock it.
course. No, man. All good.
And I also know that you have a lot of other questions for us right now. I mean, you have another side, question. I want to challenge the audience right now to post what their superpower would be
Excellent.
and why. Just post it. Just put it down there. We want to hear from you. You heard us. We're just having fun with this. But what are the superpowers that you would want to have, and how would you use it?
I guarantee there would be a few of them probably have the same ones we have too.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
But go ahead, guys. Just write it down, and we're gonna look at it. And on our next podcast, we're gonna go ahead and try to have a little session where we're gonna bring you guys to light, and and make sure that we bring those comments up.
That's right.
Yep.
But take a few minutes now, or
Yep.
take a minute right now to just write it down, and we would really appreciate that.
Yep. And along the same line, right? If you want us to give you a shout out, right? This is an international show, so put your name and put your comment, and we'll put it out there. I mean, we're being watched worldwide, guys, and we started, just 4 guys kicking it back. So put it in there, and we'll make sure that we give you a shout out. So that'll be great.
In whatever language you speak, doesn't matter. We will translate it.
We'll Google Translate it. Yep.
We'll translate it. We'll figure it out. We'll even try to answer it in that language.
Hello.
Yep.
Hey, listen, man, we're here for everyone,
En cualquier idioma que quieran, right?
Dans n'importe quel langage.
Eddie?
All right.
All right.
Yo, Manny, what is the next question you got for us, man? 'Cause we ready, yo. Yo,
keep it
kick
going.
it.
This is good.
Yo, keep pushing.
So let's keep it moving forward. The next question I have for you guys is, what in your eyes has been the best or the worst superhero in the short time that you've been in this world, from your
Movies or
experience?
cartoons or any genre.
Any genre.
All right.
All hands.
Well,
on
see,
deck.
I'm gonna take it way back because when I was younger, there was this show called The Greatest American Hero. This dude,
I remember that. I remember that. Yo,
Yeah,
what was his power, dude?
dude, he would put the suit on, he'd be able to fly, right?
That's hilarious. It's so
He
true.
was just like a Superman, but just didn't know how to control or use it. But I to me, that was just like an average dude found a superpower. So
Right.
that would be one of my favorites.
Okay.
And
That's
one
so
of my
true.
one of my worst, man. I probably have to say the Wonder Twins on
Oh my God.
Wow.
on the Super Friends.
He said, I'll turn into a bucket of water. I'll turn into an ice cube. Yo, but they would do it. Yo, it's crazy. And then they would turn into a bucket of water and go under the door. Yo, that was
Yeah.
funny, Chuck. That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's
Yo.
funny. What about you, Eddie? What do you got?
Oh man, you know what? I'm not.
You want to come back to you?
Yeah, you got to come back to me because I got to
Alright.
think about this.
No worries,
I
no
gotta
worries.
think about this.
I got one. Obviously, and I want you guys to do this with me when I say my best hero here, because it's we paid a tribute to him. Oh boy, Black Panther, baby.
Oh yeah, oh
Yes,
yeah, oh
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Wakanda,
yes.
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
No, it was
That's
great. Man.
Yeah.
Long awaited. They took so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
For that, you know.
And
Rest in
then the worst superhero is, and I've showed you guys, it was the series, right? Called Manimal.
Manimal.
Where this
Wow.
dude has the ability of changing. I guess the
remember
concept was good, but the graphics at that time, the whole transformation, it was hilarious.
Especially when they turn into like a tiger or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah. So the dude could
What's
turn into a
going on?
tiger, a hawk, I believe a lion, but it was just it was just terrible. It was terrible. So yeah, that's the worst dude.
That's funny. All right, Eddie, you ready? Or you want me to go?
I'm not ready, but I want you to go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. No worries, man. For me, I know it's a little cliche, but again, I spoke earlier about flying, and Superman is someone that I always thought that is amazing what he could do. Just having the power to go into outer space all over the world. It was, they haven't made any other superhero in my eyes that can reach what he was able to do, respectfully, right, to everybody else. With the worst, you guys are going to be very surprised. I don't have a worst because I think it takes a lot for you just to step out and try to be a superhero. So even the worst one that anybody has, to me, I look up to them because they try.
Oh man, you just ruined the whole. Come on, dog. Come on.
Call it what it is, but that's what it is.
You don't have no worse superhero.
United Podcast. Manny Minaya, Manny Fresh. No, don't
So if this dude who claims he's a superhero, right, fails to do what he claims he can do, you're okay with that?
yes, because he tried.
So let's just say something happened to Superman, and I don't know. One day, Kryptonite came and took everything away from him. Right? Now, then he turns into, violence, depression and anger and remorse and, but then he gets his power and everything comes back, but then he does it for the negative, right? Actually, no, there's been some like the Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So what do you say about that?
I don't think I understand your question. If he turns evil, all of a sudden?
Yeah, he's still he was a superhero, but then, he becomes evil. Because I'm just trying to say there's no, worse superheroes. Even
there have been some funny.
Go ahead.
There have been some funny heroes that have tried hard. like Chuck was saying, and you were saying, but I see it differently. I just think that if just the fact that they're trying, no matter how bad they are, to me qualifies doesn't make them bad. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
Okay, so then I think you should spend a good afternoon and watch like like B rated movies, or B classic movies in Bollywood.
That's funny. But think about it. Somebody had to come up with an idea that was implanted in their head or somehow, right? They came up with that. They wrote it down. It got aired, right? So I'm telling you, you're out there, right? So think about yourself as a superhero. What have we done as individuals to put ourselves superheroes to our families they love us, whether we're good or bad, we're trying. And that's my whole aim here.
Yeah,
I don't want to go sideways, but so Eddie, let me find out what was your best and worst superhero, brother.
So I kind of agree with you, Manny. I agree with the fact that every superhero that has a power is a good power because it's an individual power, right? Like whether you're looking at Superman, he's the strongest person. You're looking at Silver Surfer, who used to just glide on ice differently. Looking at Flash, who has speed. So these are things that are superhuman. And whatever was superhuman is something that is a superpower because it's not the norm.
Yeah.
So I think any superhero, and I agree with you with that, any superhero that had any kind of power, I don't know if it's the best, but it's their best. And if it's their best, then there are people out there that love that superhero. And
are you an educator?
I don't want to crush anybody's superhero, but
tendencies.
But I do know that there's a lot of worse superheroes, and I don't know if because they never even got to the big screen. And some of those worst superheroes are, just listen to these names, right? There was a superhero called Arm Fall Off Boy, and his arm would come off. And as his arm, I guess his arm, if they were to hold him, his arm would pop off his body. And these are people that were rejected from, let's say, from like the Legion of Hall, or, you know what I'm saying? So Arm Fall Off Boy. There was another one, Skate Man. And he would just walk around just skating, kicking people in the face with their skates. That's just a regular kind of dude. I mean, right? Let me see. There's another one, Color Boy. Color Boy was, I guess he would overwhelm people. He would overwhelm people with just different colors, and they would just get like hypnotized, right? Another one called a Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. She was bad though. She all right, but then she had like a squirrel tail. She had a squirrel tail.
You sure it was squirrel?
No, she had a squirrel tail. Let me see what it says here. It says by all the rights defeated superhero. She defeated supervillains and Dr. Doom right at the top of the list. So she defeated Dr. Doom with the squirrel tail. I guess she would like smack him. See, Chuck.
So the power's in the tail.
Yo, the power's in the tail. Yo, it's kind of crazy.
That's funny.
Oh, wait. And then you had like the little sidekicks, right? So you had Crypto, the super dog. This is like a little dog with a little cape. And I guess this so different times, and I guess in this world of superheroes, different superheroes were created. Like you say, and it's true. It does take certain thought. But some made it to the big screen and some did not. Right? And I guess the super dog was, he was like Superman, but a little dog. Like a little, I don't even know what kind of villain he was.
But he's out there. You're reading about him, Eddie. He made it somewhere.
Yeah, he's on the internet. A lot of things on the internet, dude.
I'm just saying.
Oh, how about this one? Leather Boy.
Oh, damn.
Leather Boy.
Wow.
He had a little vest. Yeah, he looked like he came out of what was that movie? He came out of the from Police Academy.
Guys, what an episode! Episode 13.
Yeah.
Superheroes. Yeah. We dove into everybody's superhero. We got excited. We used our creativity. Man, listen. Right now, after this, I'm ready to take on the world, man. With these three guys here, man. United Podcast, episode 13. Had a great time with my brothers as usual. Please join us for the next one. It should be even more lively, more exciting. We always turn up. Keep subscribing. Keep pressing that like button. We love you guys. Thank you.
Yep. We
Come
love
from
you.
the ankle. Come from the ankle.
That's right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.